Back. I am Circlebox. We're looking into the KIELY Rodney case. It's very interesting, yet it's sad at the same time. We still have no answers really as to what actually happened. We kind of have an idea of the beginning. She was seen at 6:08 p.m. on August 5th on video at a local trucking business. We have no idea what type of business or where that business was located. If you all know, please put it in the comment section down below. I haven't seen the location of this business in Truckee that she was on security camera at. The phone was pinged, at the campground at, according to the mom, at 12:03 on like a family tracker app they had, and then also on another app it pinged at 12:33, and that was the last ping. But did the cops get her phone records to see where her phone was actually pinging throughout the day? What cell towers was her phone bouncing off of? I haven't heard the police say any of that. The police have confirmed her phone did last ping at 12:33 at the campground. But from what I understand, they never came out and said they pinged her phone themselves, or if they got her cell phone records and contacted the cell company to see what cell towers her phone was bouncing off of, or if they're just going off of the mom's information on the phone ping. I think it would help out if they could actually get in contact with the cell company and put it out there. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I think it would really help the case and whatnot if the police could put out there, what cell towers KIELY's phone was bouncing off of from 6:08 all the way up until 12:33. I think that would be a huge help, because at 6:08, what was she, doing at the gas station? Why was she at the gas station at 6:08? Did she meet up with some people right after she went to the gas station? And again, what location is that gas station in? And again, did she go home after she went to, I'm just calling it a gas station. I think it's a gas station. I don't know. Did she go home after she went to that business? Or did she meet up with some other people? We don't know. Again, I believe it would be helpful if the police would put out there what all cell towers her phone was pinging off of, and in what areas and the times, because it seems like the cell company would have that information. I believe it would be very helpful, because all we have is, again, on the facts on this case, is she is seen at 6:08 August 5th at the trucking business. Her phone pings, the last time her phone pings is 12:33 a.m. on August 6th, and her SUV and body were found at the last known ping on her phone at Prosser Lake. That's pretty much all the facts we have on the case. Other than that, we have what the friends have said and what the mother has said. We have a little bit of what the police have said, but again, I don't believe the police. I believe they've been, bluffing on a lot of their information. They put out a black hoodie and then said it was a white hoodie, and then said possibly both hoodies, because the police don't know. The police said they have video footage of KIELY at this party, I guess in a white hoodie, but was it in fact this party and not a previous party? Because her mom said she's been to these parties before. So I think it would be helpful if they could put out a still shot of her at this party. Like I said, blur everything out around her, block everything out around her, just show from like the chest up of her in a still shot of the video the police say they have. For some reason, I don't believe they have the footage. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not, involved in this case. I'm just an outsider looking in at the information. So it's possible they have it, but I'm kind of doubting it. And then they said they confirmed 200 to 300 people at this party, and yet, you're at an outdoor party in a park. You would expect to see a ton of trash, beer bottles, cans, red Solo cups, and, some other garbage from 200 to 300 people. There was very little garbage out there in some of the photos that's out there. And the photos that are out there doesn't show 200 to 300 people. I would say at max it shows about 40 people or a little less. And on these photos, we don't know if the photos were taken right when the party was just starting to kick off, and that's why the crowd looked small, or was the photo taken when the party was pretty much over and people started to head out, and somebody snapped some photos, here and there. That could be another reason why the photos show such a small amount of people. Again, we don't know. These photos, as far as I know, don't have timestamps on them. And again, the only thing we really have to go off of is what the friends are saying and what the mom is saying. And again, a little bit of what the cops are saying. Nothing in this, case really adds up. And I know it's not popular or cool to question the mom and point out the mom's actions. And I said before, I believe Kylie is dead based on what her mom has been saying about her daughter, about talking about her in past tense constantly. And I said I would have been shocked if Kylie was alive. And I based all my stuff off of the mom's wording. Yes, I've seen videos of the friends. They've talked about Kylie in the past tense as well. But it doesn't seem like they talked about Kylie in the past tense as much as the mother has. And the mother, in fact, has been conscious and aware. Seems like at times she's been talking about her daughter in past tense and would hurry up and correct herself from saying was to is right away. It's not natural to do that. If someone's dead, you're not speaking. Sometimes when you go to talk, you already have the knowledge. You already know they're gone, so it's natural to talk about somebody in past tense. It doesn't seem natural to talk about your daughter in past tense and at the same time when you are aware and conscious that you use past tense to hurry up and correct yourself. To me, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. And again, a lot of my information and opinions is based off of the mother's wording. I still believe the mother may have more information, more knowledge on this case. And, what happened to her daughter. And I've questioned, did Kylie's mother and stepfather, were they having financial problems? Were they in need of money? Were they possibly going to lose the family lodge? And then I found out the other day that they were trying to sell the family lodge for $1.7 million. That could mean a few things. Either financial reasons as to why they couldn't keep it. They couldn't afford to upkeep, the taxes, all that on it. Or it could mean that they possibly wanted just to retire and get away from it. But it's been in their family, from what I understand, for a long time. I think the grandfather, I believe Kylie's mom's grandfather, from what I heard, built this lodge. So evidently it's been kept in the family and passed on. And like I said before, 2020 and 2021 was hard on just about everybody financially because of COVID. It made it extremely hard. A lot of businesses went under. because of all the lockdowns, of having to shut down, of not being allowed to operate your business, and you're still out all the expenses on your business, on the lighting, the heating, the air, electric bill, all the utilities. You're still out all those expenses even though you have no customers. And that's why a lot of businesses folded. Could it have been that Kylie's mom was in the same situation financially? They took a major hit. They could no longer afford to keep the lodge going. So they were trying to sell it just last month. And then all of a sudden this happens with Kylie. And her mom kept talking about her daughter in past tense. And I never seen her mom tear up and anything. I've seen her, make like the crying face and the voice. And the ex-boyfriend Jagger, I've seen, his interviews, his recent interview. The boy his eyes were full of water. He was sitting there crying, extremely upset about the outcome, the situation. But I haven't seen that, from the mother whatsoever. And the autopsy report, I have a feeling she's going to keep the autopsy report private because her daughter was 16. And she probably doesn't want the public to know if her daughter was in fact drinking and doing drugs like what's been suggested by the friends at that party. Could there have been foul play involved with her vehicle ending up in the water? That's a possibility. Again, I still believe the mom knows what happened to her daughter. That's why her mom did not want to search for her daughter. And also that's, to me, I believe the reason why her mom did not want to speak with the friends to try to understand what happened to her daughter that night, because she already knew. That's my opinion based off of the mom's words. And those two things did strike me as really odd and strange. It seemed like the mother was not in a hurry to find her daughter. And her mom also said in an interview, tonight I will tell Kylie I love her. Well, that could mean two things. Either she's hoping her daughter would come home that night so she could tell her I love you, or her mom knew where she was and could go out to that area and tell her daughter I love you. And again, it's all I'm basing everything off of the mother's wording. And I know a lot of people are looking into Sammy. I get it. There's some valid points there with looking into Sammy. The problem is, I see with that, if Sammy did do something, it's going to be extremely hard for the police to be able to prove it. Even if Sammy has information. And has told the police information. Why? Because the police did not stop her from running her own investigation, telling everybody to come and speak to her. So Sammy could use the excuse, well, I talked to so many people and was told so much information, I can't remember who it was that told me. She can use that as an excuse to be able to get out of it. And the police are going to have a hard time proving that somebody did not tell Sammy some of this information, if in fact Sammy was the one that did something. This whole thing seems like it was botched from the very beginning. And like I said, I understand people are questioning Sammy and her actions and things she said. And people do not like it. I understand that I've questioned the things the mom has said and done. Because the mom has been very suspicious in the way she's talked. And just like Sammy, she's very suspicious in the way that she's talked and things she's done. Just like the mom. So it's very hard to really figure out possibly who could have done something if in fact something was done. Or if it was a straight up accident. Like I said, I still believe the mother does know something. Maybe the mother was told something, and she was scared to go to the police with it because they could possibly look at her as potentially having something to do with it, or the mother possibly knew exactly what happened to her daughter, and someone she knew could have done it, and the mother knew about it because, again, financial reasons. She was trying to sell the lodge. Again, I don't know. I'm like everybody else, trying to piece stuff together. So we have really no information at all as to what's going on. We have very little facts to this case. We have no idea what cell towers her phone was bouncing off of. We don't really have concrete evidence as to what time Kylie got to the party, other than when the friends said she got there. We have no idea. I think it would be very helpful for the police to at least get the cell records, find out who she talked to that day, find out what towers Kylie's cell phone was bouncing off of that day, and what time she possibly was in the area of the park based on the cell towers, so they would have an idea on that as to what time she was at the party, and if she left that party at any point with her cell phone and it ended up bouncing off of another tower. That would be a whole lot of information that could really help solve this case. I'm glad that AWP was able to do what they do, and they were able to find Kylie. I know the window was broken and the side mirror was broken. I believe that probably happened from the vehicle hitting something in the water when it rolled over. And, Kylie was found in the back. That could have been, also multiple reasons on that. Either, when her body swelled from the gases in her body, she could have swelled up and floated towards the back. Because if the back had like an air pocket and with the water flowing in, it makes sense for her body to float to the back. Or she could have been placed in the back of her vehicle and somebody could have drove it to that area, left the vehicle in drive, had the door open, had their foot on the brake, let off the brake, hurry up, shut the door, let the vehicle drive in the water. That's another possibility. Or, like I said, this was a straight up accident, and everybody from the friends to the mom are just acting weird and strange. Because it's, like I said, we have very little information, and the friends and the mother have both said odd things, talked in past tense, both have smiled or giggled and laughed and whatnot. It's kind of all over the place with all this. I don't know. Leave your comments down below on what you think could have happened. Was it an accident? Was it foul play involved? Did she OD and then they put her in the vehicle and they try to get rid of her body that way? Do you think it heard as possibly she took her own life? Folks, I don't know. There's so much floating out there. A lot of it's hearsay, rumors. I'm just trying to base everything off of what other people have said. So let me know what you think down below. I'll see y'all on the next one. God bless and bless others.